Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build Klipstead. Today I got a special video for you because today we are moving forward towards the Noble District, starting off with the main temple of Klipstead. I guess you could call it the chapel, I don't really know, but before we really start building I just want to make sure that you leave a like down there if you are a committed viewer. If you are here regularly watching my videos, make sure to leave a like, I really do appreciate it. It really helps my channel out. Anyway, today's build is special in the way that it's built on top of an old ruin. So, the Norsemen came to Klipstead about 100 years ago, burnt everything down except the main castle. So, everything was just broken and completely destroyed from the Norsemen. But the Norsemen wanted to use the ruins of the old massive stone church or chapel that the Westers had built here before them. So that is why they used these ruins here, which we're currently building. We're starting off by building the ruins, and then we're going to kind of utilize that to build another building on top of that again, like the Norsemen would have done. So they want to use these ruins to rebuild some sort of a chapel or a temple for their religion instead, because yeah, it's a nice big building and it's easier to use this as a foundation than building your own. Because as I've said many times before, the Norsemen, they don't really know how to use stone in buildings. So they usually just build with wood, and if they find any cool or useful stone structures, they would just kind of build upon that. So the ruins are now done, and you can see that we are starting to build the wooden framework on top of that. So they're going to use the existing pillars and walls to just support up a big wooden structure on top. It's not going to be a completely tight building, it's going to be just kind of a roof standing on top of these old ruin pillars. Just to cover up from the rain and stuff, and use it some more of a community area where a lot of the Norsemen could just hang out, I guess, for more of a social area for all of them, which is kind of what I'm trying to do here. So there's no really walls on this to keep it warm and stuff, but it's just a roof to keep the air, to keep the rain out. Then we're gonna have some more roofings on the side and just really focus on making it look like it's built on top of a ruin, because that is the whole essential thing for this build right here. So we really want to make sure that we get that feeling there, right? So there are, yeah, you can see there's a lot of people flying around here. We did this during a stream, so there's a lot of people just kind of trying to help me out and I guess be on the stream and YouTube and stuff, I don't know, but yeah, it was a lot of fun building this, and you can see that it's really taking shape. And once you get into first person, you will get the whole atmospheric look of this, how it really feels when you walk along the side, because that is the most important part, that the building feels good when you walk on the ground floor, just looking at it. I also wanted to make sure that it's nice and overgrown, so we add a lot of moss, and here you can see we're building a tree using the technique that I've told you guys about before, where we build the whole trunk and all the branches first, then you're going to just use a brush using World Edit to cover it up with wool. You can use whatever kind of block, I guess, but I like to use wool, and then just replace that with the leaves you want and a little bit of air, so you get this nice and fluffy feeling, which I think looks really cool, and it also allows you to shape the tree better instead of just placing all the leaves manually. So that's just a small tip from me to you. Then in the back of the whole chapel here, there's going to be a massive tower. So we're building that up now using some pink wool here to just build the foundation, build the stone part of the tower, because as you know, it's built on a ruin. So I just want to make the ruin first, using pink wool here to just shape it, and then we're going to use some World Edit to place in with a different kind of blocks to make it nice and random and stuff like that, as you already see here. And then we're going to add like some nice slabs and stairs and just make it really feel really rough before we add some nice details to the bottom, just to clarify that this was a very important building back in the day, as you can see, with some pillars and arches and stuff down below. Then we're replacing the wool here with a wooden framework. It's going to be the classical Nordic style tower, which is pretty tall, I guess. It's almost as tall as some of the towers on the castle, which is kind of what I wanted, to create some interest points in the skyline of Klipstead. I really want to make the castle or the chapel really stand out from the rest, using some nice wooden work here, some planks and carved logs and stuff like that. Also in between the cuts here, I added a little bit of extra stuff here with a little bit of an extension to the roof, which we will see later in today's episode. And then outside the chapel. I want to make sure that the people of Klipstead can come here and just relax, be social, and don't really, you know, I guess the Westers would have used this as some kind of graveyard. But the Norsemen have just used this as a nice community area with a little bit of park area with some trees and bushes and plants and just stuff to make it nice and thriving for the people living here. So adding some nice yellow trees here, really like the color of this one. And then we're gonna add another tree with the same technique where we build the branches and the trunk and all that jazz, and then covering up with wool and all that stuff. You should try this out if you're doing trees on your own, because it's really helpful. But let me just finish this off here and give you a nice overall view of the castle in the back with the chapel in the front, and I'll take you for a small walk in first person. We are now standing in the back of the third city gate, which is the gate leading into the noble district, looking over at the castle, which looks freaking beautiful. I really like how the castle looks. Nice skyline. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the castle. We're going to talk about the temple we built today for the Norse religion here. And it's super nice. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I hope you guys are as well. Leave a like if you do, and make sure to leave a nice comment if there's anything you want me to change, if there's something we could improve on here. So let's start with a small park outside here. There's just some path work here with a nice, like, I guess, small wall here just to separate it from the rest, with some leaves and some nice torches around here, and then this massive tree here in the middle, which also leads down to some more sitting areas and things like that around here. Because as I've said, I really want to just make this place feel like a community area for everyone, where everyone can come and relax and talk, but also as a place for holidays and religion and stuff like that, which is kind of in here. So here we have another second tree, big tree, and I kind of just want to show you how it feels when you walk among the ruins here. So you can see there's ruin on all sides here. It just feels super nice. I really like that. You can see they've built some stuff here. Here you can buy offerings for the god or the spirit here. So you can buy like jars and fruit, and I guess you would kind of offer that to the religion here. And then you can see just like how the woodwork is just placed on top of the ruins, just to keep our heads dry if it's raining or snowing and stuff like that. And it's not really meant to be a warm place, it's just a place to gather up and have like ceremonies and stuff like that, but also just relax, because as you can see, people are playing games here, sitting here. It's more of a community area than like a church, I guess. Back here, just some storage. We have some chairs, barrels, tables, things like that. As you can see, like they've utilized the ruins to just add some planks and pillars and just kind of make some simple roof work. I really like how we keep the arches in the walls and stuff like that, just to kind of remind the people where the walls would have been. And then we also added some ash and stuff on the walls, just to symbolize that it was burnt down in the beginning when it was ruined, I guess. Up here is just some more plank plateaus like that. Storage for the church or the chapel. I keep mixing up the words. Hope you guys don't mind. But crates and storage and stuff like that. But yeah, there's some benches here if you want to sit here. And then here is like the preacher's chair, where he can talk to all of the people of Klipstead in case of like weddings and ceremonies and stuff like that. But that's not really that often. But in the back here we have the most holy place. This is where you would come to pray, where you would come to leave offerings and stuff like that. I think it looks super cool. It's in the bottom of the massive tower we saw. Nicely decorated here. Really think it makes the area feel like a religious place. Very happy with how that turned out. And then there's a ladder here. I know it's a little bit weird with the ladder, but the staircase and stuff were broken down in the Conquest, so like the ladder would probably be the simplest way to get up here again. You can see like this is where the priest would live, so they have like a small living room area in the back here, or in the bottom area. You can go up here. We have 2 beds, we have a small kitchen area, a small dining area, and then a small balcony, which I think looks super cool. Let me show you that from a little bit away. I think it looks super nice. Just adds nice detail and nice touch to the build. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, small kitchen. Really think that works as well. can go even further up, and this is where we have the bell towers. This is what you would pull. These ropes would tighten up and ring the bell all the way up here. I kind of wanted to make it look functional, but also feel like it's kind of, I guess, crowded with a lot of beams and things you wouldn't really mess with. So you can't really see up to the bell, but it would work when it comes to how the roping is done here. And then we have a small ladder going up to a small platform here, like in case you need to fix anything up here. So I think that is super cool. I just want to go outside again and show you how I did the tower eventually, because as I said, I added some things to the top just to give it a more of a Nordic feeling, like we've done with several of the other important buildings of Klipstead. So let me just fly out here and give you a small look. So as you can see, we added a second bit and then a small tower to that again, which just takes this tower to the next level. And as you can see, it's almost as tall as the donjon of the castle. So that is super nice. I really like how it looks, and especially when you get the skyline like this. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Really do hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.